You know, I've noticed something interesting in my time here on the internet, and I have to ask everyone, what is it about race that makes it so goddamn important? Because all I've seen on the internet, on the news, for the last 20 years or so, maybe a little bit longer regarding the news. But then again, when I was 20 years younger, I didn't really pay attention to the news. So perhaps it's just that I'm noticing it in the last 10 years or 15 years when I started watching the news. And that is that they can't be, I guess, they can't leave it alone now, can they? They obsess over it. And I've noticed the ones, even Fox, even the right wing ones bring it up too, as if to point out statistical fact versus hearts and feelings, I guess. Won't you think of the children? But both sides are having the same argument. And I wonder, what the fuck is the point? What are you doing? Why? Why? It runs through my head. Like every single time I see anyone bring it up. I have some colleagues who are on the right side, doctors and whatnot. They point out this one in particular, she points out a lot of things that are first for blacks, a lot of things that are black centric. And I wonder why. Why does she do this? And it makes me wonder if that tribal mentality related to race will ever die. There is mingling of the races and mingling of the sexes, of course. And as that furthers and continues, a tan version of human will emerge victorious, except for those regions that are behind the rest of the world in development. You'll see a homogenous group. So, no, I don't think races will disappear anytime soon. For mixing of the races, you're talking a 20-year cycle at least, or no, at least, yes, at least a 20-year cycle. At most, probably a 40 to 50-year cycle. Because it takes 20 years for a human to develop into a position where they can maintain and take care of a child. Yes, they can get pregnant in their teens. I don't recommend it. My first child was at 20, which I noticed is a bit unusual for the rest of the world-ish. Not so much in Utah. And there's reasons behind that I can get into later. Maybe a different video about Utah would be nice. But for now, what's up with this obsession about race? Everybody points out race. So, for example, the Oscars just happened, and the Film Actors Guild Awards, and everybody can't help but point out that there's no people of color in there, or that people of color are scarce and missing, and la 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 la. Who the fuck cares? If black actors wanted to get in there and win an award, they could. But who cares about the award? Seriously. Who's the ones voting for the award? It's elitist dumb sons of bitches. Is the award important? No, because all of Hollywood is just a group of people that are professional pretenders. They play make-believe for a fucking living. They don't bring awareness to shit. They don't do anything. Half of them don't even spend their millions on a good cause. They spend it on themselves and their habits and their vices and getting their kids into college. They don't do much of anything. Do they have their own business? Do they run their own studios? Do they hire interns? Do they do anything other than walk around and parade themselves as important? Sure, there's some philanthropic people within Hollywood, but by and large, it's not a profession somebody should be celebrated for. In any ways, I don't see the point of any of them obsessing over race. So another one that I saw that was absolutely hilarious, to me at least. Let me see if I can pull it up for you.
I am dumbfounded.
So I can't help but notice this. The current runners for the Democratic election. Yeah. I'm not. Oh wait, well there's a Native American in there. One by the power of 1024. Yeah, sure. Native American. See my previous video about that. That was an amazing stupidity. Yeah. On the Republican side, you got a Cuban. He was a retard. A black man who, the smart man but religious. Come on, dude. You delivered babies and you were a neurosurgeon. Yet you believe in fairy tales? What the fuck, dude? Orange Man Bad himself, the winner of this diverse group. Cuban Canadian. Yeah, he is. He was born on American soil, but he's Cuban Canadian. He's got a very... I'd like to punch his face. Let's just say. I don't like him, but he does say good things on occasion. And then you got a man made of wood. That guy has no soul, I'm sure. Coming from a family who started the longest living war in our history because they wanted oil. Yeah, these people are more diverse than these people on the top. Who could have guessed? But at any rate, I can't help but notice that the Democratic election, those who obsess over race, those who put out a video of the Democratic National Convention, of the new convention leader saying, it is my job as a white person to shut up and get out of the way and let other people speak. As if her job was to do that makes it sound kind of racist to me. Just saying. Those who obsess over race usually fall to the detriment of it. I can't help but notice this too. You obsess so much over what somebody looks like rather than what they can do that you fail to see your ass from the trees. It's profound to me that anyone would care in the first place. Why do you care? Why do you care what somebody looks like? Why do you obsess over it? I usually hear things like, well, these are marginalized communities and we need to be able to help those that are marginalized. I'm like, motherfucker, you're the one marginalizing right now. When I saw the Virginia governor decide to say something about these white supremacist garbage aren't allowed here, and the Republican, actually, it wasn't the governor, it was the Republican that said that. And I'm like, fuck you. The only one that thinks white supremacists out there are racists. And the ones that actually are white supremacists, like that dipshit, whose name shall not be named because, well, YouTube sucks. What has he got, a clan of 12? He's a tool. And a blanket one at that. He's no better or bigger than, well, actually, no. He is smaller than the left in their racial obsession. Because everyone's made it unacceptable to like white people. It's a new thing to be racist toward whites because we built a lot and we put things in there and we end up being on top and in control when we build our own shit. And people don't like that. Tough shit, man. Sucks to be you. Don't vote for him. Vote based on race. See where that gets us. Incompetent leaders because you voted on race and not character. And then everything turns to shit. Oh my God, look what happened the last 8 years. Y'all voted on race. I voted because Obama promised quite a few things and delivered on none of them. That's why I voted for him. And it annoyed the living shit out of me. because the first 4 years, I'm like, all right, well, Bush kind of fucked things up and started a big-ass war where his daddy left off, basically. So I'll give him a break trying to clean that mess up. Next 4 years, oh, you're going to cost businesses $1 billion more every year because why? Universal health care. Oh. People don't have access to health care is what they say. Bull fucking shit, they don't. That is a lie. A flat out fucking lie. Anyone can go into a free clinic. Anyone can go into the urgent care and pay their copay if they have a job. If you don't have a job, well, shit, you're out of luck there, son. You might want to get a job first. Have your priorities up there. If you're sick and can't get a job, you might need to get some help there too. But to say that people can't get health care, you're lying. That's a flat out fucking lie. When I was destitute living on the streets, I could still get health care. And that's over 20 years ago. Well, 25 years ago-ish, I guess. Almost. Yeah. I've been in the gutter. It sucks. Pull your ass out. Anyways, I keep noticing it. It's a reoccurring thing. And I can't help but think about it because everyone I talk to, they bring up race. Why? I can understand it if you're trying to describe somebody. Tell somebody how this person looks when you look out for them. Or if you're trying to remember a certain person and they have characteristics that are identifiable, so you bring it up there. Even that kind of irritates me, but at the same time, at least I can understand it because you're like trying to describe somebody and what they look like, not who they are and what they do, because maybe you don't know that shit, right? Or maybe they switch jobs and you just don't know. But the fact of the matter is, at least there's a little bit around that. I mean, god damn. Why, oh why, are you obsessing over race? Anyways, I think I'll leave it there. That's an open-ended question. If you feel free to put comments in below, because I guess that's engagement or something, and maybe that'll help. Who knows? But what are your guesses? Why do people obsess over race? Why did they obsess about first black this and first white that and first African American, as if there was such a thing? If you're an American, you're American. There is an African American unless you have dual citizenship, which most people don't because Africa isn't a fucking nation. Anyways, why do they obsess over race? I don't quite understand it because I don't obsess over it myself. I could give a shit less. And yes, that means I give slightly a shit, just in case you got some cynical people out there. I slightly give a shit about it. Slightly. It's easy when you have to describe somebody, and it's helpful in understanding behavior patterns in a social group or square. But beyond that, it's rather useless because you can't take a average and apply it to an individual. Some people seem to forget that or don't even know it. So, whatever. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know there were some jump cuts in it. Sorry about that. I was ill-prepared on that meme. It just kind of happened. So, yeah, I got fillers. Anyways, I'll see you next time.
Now, leave here. Bastard!